After consulting the Warren County School Board last Thursday night, Director of Schools Dr. Jerry Hale has decided on an all-or-nothing policy when it comes to calling off schools due to cold weather. While Hale has delayed school for 2 hours many times in the past, board members felt it was less of an inconvenience to simply cancel school for the day.
The new weather policy that was decided upon at the recent board meeting is basically this, that the school system will go on time as long as it can, and if it cannot go on time, then we will not go that day, and that will be one of the days that we will use for inclement weather.
He asked the board about the inclement weather issue Thursday night because he had several citizens questioning him about the policy. He went on to say it was the consensus of the board to completely cancel school due to cold weather instead of delaying the start of school for 2 hours.
I asked about the cold weather, and then it generalized into kind of a specific policy, even though there was not a formal vote taken, but it was the consensus of the board that this be the procedure that we follow.
While the decision to close school may begin with the weather forecast, Hale observed he consults several people and takes into consideration conditions across the entire county.
Melissa Oryx, our transportation director, and she is in contact. We have drivers stationed all over the county at various points, and so they have specific points of reference that they can use as far as what the conditions are in that particular locality. I talked to some people. E911 has been a good resource in the past. Sometimes they'll get reports and sometimes they won't, but if they do have the information, they'll pass it on. Another good source is occasionally I talk to Mr. Marlowe at the radio station, who comes in very early, and he can give me the conditions out that way and kind of give us an idea. So he's a source, but it's primarily done through our bus drivers, because even though situations where a car can make somewhere, driving a bus is completely different, because it's not geared toward riding on roads that are potentially slick and slippery. And of course, when you have several students on there, you don't want to take a chance with them anyway. So the bus drivers, as far as their views, as far as what they can do, they communicate with Melissa, and she checks roads as well. And then she comes to me and gives me her recommendation or her synopsis of what she's found out, and then from there we generalize a decision as far as what to do about school for that particular day. And this is all done very early in the morning, because we know we have parents that bus routes start well before 6 o'clock in some areas, and so we have to have a decision made before that. And also with parents who are trying to get children to daycares, sometimes by 6 or something. So what we see at 5 to 5:30 in the morning, sometimes two hours later, is a different situation. But that's generally the process that we use as far as making a decision.